Our next speaker is Alex Konieczka, is an ecologist, eco-consultant, educator, and founder of Understory, an environmental education organisation. So, a chance encounter between Alex and I has led to this moment. In March of 2023, I attended a National Youth Council of Ireland training event around inclusive practice. And following COVID, I was determined to get out of the house and grow the networks even more after too many years of you-know-what. So as part of a round table session, I ended up sitting beside Alex and we got talking. As a youth worker, she told me about her practice and I told her about the work of Youth Theatre Ireland. And I think it's probably fair to say we probably didn't really understand what each other did, but it was in the realms of working with young people, so there was that at least. And sometimes these conversations, they don't lead to anything, but as it happened, Youth Theatre Ireland was already thinking about our sustainable practice. So, in a very formal way, I sent an email to Alex with the subject line, Collaboration for Youth Climate Justice Fund? ? And I'm happy to say Alex responded very quickly and very positively, and we were off to the races. So, in July of 2023, Alex partnered with Youth Theatre Ireland to conduct a sustainability audit, deliver a report and lead sustainability-led activities at our National Festival of Youth Theatres. She followed it up in 2024 to assess progress and impact. So now, Alex will present the findings of the sustainability journey of the National Festival of Youth Theatres. So please welcome her to the stage.
Hello everyone, really happy to be here. Thank you for the lovely introduction. So my name is Alex Konieczka. I am an ecologist, youth worker, artist, you name it, but I'm also the founder of Understory, which, as Alan said, is an environmental education and zero waste organisation. So I am here to talk to you a little bit about the journey of Youth Theatre Ireland, which I am really proud and grateful to be part of. So specifically through the sustainability audit of youth theatres last year and again follow up this year. So maybe before I jump in, could I ask you all to please put your hands up or legs or whatever you like. So everyone please put your hand up. Show me you're still listening in live, perfect. So keep them up for me please. And now if you have had a sustainability audit within your organisation, hired a consultant, you can put your hands down now. Oh wow, that's about a third, perfect. Keep them up please. Have you ever done a sustainability audit yourselves without hiring a consultant? So more of a casual audit. Okay, I saw one or two come down. Perfect. And how many of you maybe take sustainability into account in your day-to-day decision making or maybe big operational decisions? Quite a lot. Okay, everyone can put their hands down so no one sees you. Perfect. Okay, that's really interesting. So I guess the first question you might be asking yourself, if you haven't already, you definitely will after this week, is what's in it for me? Why should you even start thinking about sustainability? And let me tell you, there's a lot in it for you. So some of the things are listed here, and this is just a glimpse, really. I mean, Youth Theatre Ireland themselves can probably tell you a lot more about why you should. But thinking about why we're here today, a lot of you are here, right? And you're already thinking, by the looks of it, about sustainability. So social gatherings like that, they do have a footprint, and they always do, all our decisions do. So it's up to us really to, make the decision to either reduce that or make it positive or neutral. It's also a bigger impact when you have a gathering like this. So for the National Festival of Youth Theatres, it's over 150 participants, so just a bit more than at the Symposium. And that is such a big opportunity to not only reduce the carbon footprint, but also impact the people that are attending and have that multiplier effect so that each person brings the knowledge and the skills, and then they bring it to their youth organisation or their home or their friends. So I think that's really important. But not just that, you can also see there's other benefits, such as working with confidence, creatively, innovatively, so working together to solve the problems, whether it's something small about your play or something bigger. Also access to funding streams. Like Alan said, we're here because of the Climate Justice Fund. Well, I am. But it's also important that you kind of navigate that space and you're there to meet it when it arrives so that you don't lose out. Other things like answering the demand of young people. We all know young people are really passionate now. There's so many young people, and it's 16% of the global population is the young adults. So if that big a percentage is shouting, screaming, advocating, we really need to be there to support that if we are not one of them. So it's not just my word. We have done a survey at the festival last year, and here are some of the findings. So we found that 51% of people who took the survey are deeply, deeply concerned about climate change. The others were either somewhat or concerned, except one person who said, no, it doesn't bother me, it's fine. So just that one person. 41 are influenced by sustainability in day-to-day operations or in day-to-day habits or life. 59% feel that they are not doing enough, which is quite sad actually. It means there's some self-blame, some shame that people are carrying around. And then interestingly, and amazingly really, 100% want to do something about it. So when I say that 100%, I think it's absolutely striking. But when I say it, I want you to see all these little faces, all these beautiful people. So all of these people were willing to do something. Even that one person who doesn't care, okay? They all wanted to do something. And this survey was responded to by 49 people. 69% were between 12 and 18, and the others, I guess, were between 19 and 64. So the audit itself, we looked at 6 key areas. All of these areas are part of your day-to-day lives. Attitudes and behavior, transport, energy, waste management, single-use plastics, food and catering. So this isn't about making it daunting for you. You can always break up into chunks. But we decided to look at all of these. And we had the help of sustainability champions. So each youth theatre selected a sustainability champion. Some of them might be here today. And they basically attended these lightning talks, as I call them, which builds that knowledge foundation. And then they actually went out and did their own audits and interviews and surveys themselves. And then at the very end of that, they actually proposed their findings and their recommendations to Owen Doyle, while role-playing the role of a sustainability auditor, and it was very intense. It was Owen on a chair, and then the sustainability auditor on the other side, face-to-face, so it was very interesting. But it was really important to include them, because really, you can't do anything alone, and that full team effort is really key in making progress and taking action. So when it comes to the findings, there's 4 main things I want to talk to you about. I tried to group them together because there was a lot. So one that I've already proven is that there's demand and interest in sustainability and taking sustainability actions. Also, the fact that you're here today kind of proves my point again. There were some practices already in place, so that's something that I really want to kind of emphasize as well, that you're probably already doing a lot of good things and you're not realizing. So you probably need to pat yourself on the back a bit more so you're not carrying that shame around that you're not doing enough. So for Youth Theatre Ireland, I hope you don't mind me saying, there was some great things. I mean, the group already looked at what they're purchasing and making sure that what's being bought is going to be reused or it's going to be recycled. So I feel like there was a lot of that happening already. I thought the team worked really well, and they had the venue manager on their side, and there was a lot of communication. I mean, there was just considerations taken, which I thought was really positive. And then when it comes to room for improvement, I mean, of course, there was a little few things, okay? So one of them was maybe purchasing virgin plastic materials and being aware that you can swap them out quite easily next time you're buying something. And then also palm oil, which I feel like people get a bit surprised by sometimes how much palm oil is in products, and also the unsustainable production of palm oil, which does lead to deforestation and biodiversity loss worldwide. And it's quite an easy choice when you're in the supermarket to buy the either sustainable palm oil or an alternative. So there was a few good things, but I will say there was also some things that didn't have an next action, and that is solar power. We found out that the whole festival was actually powered by solar energy, and you would never have guessed it because the campus itself is an 18th century college. So you can't really see them, but we found out that the whole festival was actually powered by solar. So not every action that you find out has a next step. when it comes to recommendations, the first one for me, which is really important, is the education and training, so that you have the foundation and that you have the confidence to make the decisions when I'm not there to answer your query. Time to plan. I feel like that is key. The main horrible decisions are made under pressure when you have something coming up and you're like, oh God, I have 2 days, what do I do? Go on Amazon. It's next day delivery, why not? But I feel like time to plan is really important, so that you can take the time, yourself to research, understand, look at the vendor, see if they have the policies. You can go as deep as you want, and it is faster to just go to me and be like A or B, and I'm like B. But it would be great if you have that capacity and self-sufficiency as well. And speaking of, sustainability policy is really important, and as Owen and Alan said, there's going to be something revealed later about that. So I think it's such a good way for the team to work together and have something to work off, so that it's not relying on one person who cares, so that everyone has a similar way and they go about the same thing, you know, like we have the same aim, and hopefully it makes it a bit easier for everyone to kind of have the same idea as to what needs to be done. And then the last one I already mentioned is making those swaps. So it's a lot booked in there, but there is swaps available, and they're not all more expensive. I know that's everyone always thinks sustainability is expensive. It really doesn't have to be. And you can read more about the recommendations and the background of the why in this report. So it's 60 pages and it's available online. If you scan that QR code, I can share that with you later as well. So for me, when it comes to the takeaways, having conversations is really important, and I'm really echoing what everyone else already said. You can't do everything by yourself. You really can't. If I came in and did the audit and didn't have Alan and Owen and the team responding and listening, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. I would have just been hired, given the paper, and job done. But I was quite lucky that, you know, I had the team to listen to me and really consider the actions I was proposing, because I can already see that happening, I guess, at this year's symposium. And even with this symposium here, I can already see the change, so that's really amazing. And that does take, as I said, the show respect and compassion, because it's not about shaming people, it's not about feeling guilty, it's really about having that starting point so that you know where you are, and then not wasting the time to find what works and what doesn't. Time and money, really. So really do use the fact that you're all here today. Talk to each other, and I hope you have a great symposium. Thank you.